Hello and welcome to this special edition of Living Black, coming to you from Central Australia. I'm Carla Grant. While the focus of the past week here in Alice Springs has been on the intervention, another important issue has captured the town's attention. The Northern Territory Government has given the green light for uranium mining exploration just outside Alice Springs. We caught up with locals to see how they feel about the decision.
No exploration.
Leave it in the ground. Within hours of the Northern Territory Government's decision to approve uranium exploration just outside Alice Springs, protesters took to the streets.
The Northern Territory Government says yes.
Alice Springs says no. Residents are furious with the government's decision to allow the project to proceed at Angela Pamela, 25 kilometres from Alice Springs. Since Friday's decision, 2 protests have been held. The main concern, health risks.
Check your cranium, say no to uranium.
Locals fear water and air quality could be contaminated.
Predominantly these risks relate to cancers, so things like thyroid cancer, some leukemias and things like that.
Paladin Energy will join forces with Cameco Australia, the world's largest uranium producer, to undertake the exploration. Angela Pamela is thought to hold more than 12,000 tonnes of uranium oxide worth up to $2.5 billion. But drilling is still several months away. Although the consortium, which held public meetings earlier this year, has been awarded a licence to explore, it still needs approval from the Aboriginal Areas Protection Authority.
And then we have to conduct archaeological, heritage, cultural surveys initially. And then as part of the licence, one of the clauses in the licence agreement is we have to commence environmental baseline studies, particularly air and water, before we start actual exploration.
Local Aboriginal people say the mine is close to a culturally significant women's site.
Talking with our Indigenous families out on the affected area that all got connection with that land, and just making sure everyone's got enough information to make wise choices on this.
Alice Springs Council is worried what damage exploration could have on the town's biggest industries, tourism and meat.
It's not just how close it is to our population, but it's also over our one and only artesian water supply. We have no alternative.
What this really indicates to me is that the Northern Territory Government in Darwin really doesn't have any understanding as to what the people in Alice Springs want.
But not everyone in Alice Springs is against the potential for uranium to be mined here.
I think it's great for employment opportunities, and I think that it'd be very good for traditional owners to receive benefits from that mine.
The Northern Territory Government says uranium exploration and potential mining won't affect Alice Springs' water supply. But uranium experts say contamination risks are real and not just scaremongering.
There is clear evidence in Australia and overseas that mining, and particularly uranium mining involving the movement of radioactive materials, has impacts on water and reduces the quality of water. There is no way that the company can give an absolute assurance that its impact will be safe or that there will be no impact.